Hey everybody, welcome back. Another Q&A with Dr. J. Dunn and GC. Today we are going to talk about the dangers of the cat gene variant. Did you know that cats had gene variants? Not really. And it doesn't mean that you're going to like cats more if you don't have that variant. It actually has to do with something and hydrogen peroxide that I'm not even going to try to describe because I'll mess it up. Dr. J, what are we talking about today?
Yes, the cat. Do you like cats? So you probably have the
You
gene.
know me.
I do.
You sent me 3 pictures of cats on your
I
vacation.
know. I was like, I'm thinking of you. I'm not a cat person, but anyway, just kidding. I like cats. They're sweet. So CAT, the CAT enzyme, it stands for catalase, which is an enzyme that breaks down hydrogen peroxide. You know, when you cut yourself and you pour hydrogen peroxide on there and it bubbles up, what's happening is you have catalase in your skin that is converting that hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. So that's its job, is to break down that molecule. And hydrogen peroxide is not a bad guy, and none of these molecules are bad guys. It's all about like too high or too low.
Hmm.
It's all about getting in that sweet spot, essentially, because hydrogen peroxide is antibacterial. You know that, right? That's why we
Mhm.
pour it on stuff to get rid of bacteria. But if you can't break it down, that's where the danger happens. And a lot of people use hydrogen peroxide or peroxide for like coloring your
Bleaching
hair,
their hair.
bleaching your hair. Yeah. And some people use it to bleach out their skin, or when you pour hydrogen peroxide on there, it turns white because it's
Mm.
actually bleaching agents. It can lead to some oxidation issues or some inflammation. And let me just share my screen and I'll show you where that lives and the issues that it can cause. We talked previously about nitric oxide, this pathway up here, and its ability to lower blood pressure and open up the capillaries. But then this nitric oxide breaks down into peroxynitrite and superoxide, which are then broken down by this superoxide dismutase enzyme into hydrogen peroxide. So this guy down here. And then catalase will take that hydrogen peroxide and turn it into water and oxygen. And same with this enzyme, the glutathione peroxidase will also help break down hydrogen peroxide because it's a very dangerous molecule to have running around in your body. You don't want it hanging out there too long. And especially in the presence of iron, those people that have the HFE gene like you have, and too much iron will cause hydrogen peroxide to turn into a hydroxyl free radical, which is the most potent damaging free radical that can be made.
Hmm.
So genetic variants in the catalase enzyme and an HFE variant is a very dangerous combination. Let's look at this guy. Again, the catalase breaks down hydrogen peroxide to water and oxygen. It is critical in protecting the cell from oxidative damage by reactive oxygen species. Hydrogen peroxide is a harmful byproduct of many normal metabolic processes. However, to prevent cell damage to cells and tissues, it must be quickly converted into other less dangerous substances through the action of that enzyme. A deficiency in that enzyme may increase the likelihood of developing type 2 diabetes because it can damage the pancreas. The mutations that cause a catalasemia, or not enough catalase, reduce the activity of catalase to less than 10% of normal. Shortage of this enzyme can allow hydrogen peroxide to build up to toxic levels in certain cells. And for instance, hydrogen peroxide produced by bacteria in the mouth and it can accumulate in and damage soft tissues, leading to mouth ulcers and gangrene.
Mhm.
Also, again, it can damage the beta cells of the pancreas, leading to type 2 diabetes and can cause hypertension here too. Vitiligo, which is like a bleaching patches on your skin, osteoporosis, elevated cholesterol is here as well. Premature graying of the hair, Alzheimer's, it's one of the risk enzymes for Alzheimer's disease, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and cancer. Decreased ability to metabolize alcohol, and periodontal disease. So it's a nasty. There are a lot of issues that can come from too much hydrogen peroxide in the system. Here's another really interesting thing, xanthine. Are you familiar with xanthine?
Gum, xanthine gum? No, that's something else. No,
No.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's found in dairy products, it's found in coffee and tea,
Hmm.
and high levels of xanthine can lead to more production of hydrogen peroxide as well. So it's interesting. This catalase variants also can, this should be a two-way arrow, can cause uric acid to build up and cause joint problems as well. So it's one to check for on your report, on your MyHappyGenes report. Really pay attention to this enzyme because when you have a genetic variant there, there's some risky things that can happen, but it's easy to balance. There are supplements that have catalase in it and have superoxide dismutase in them as well that can really break down this hydrogen peroxide and keep everything balanced for you.
I like a PSA here. If you have a MyHappyGenes report and that you have a cat variant, don't run out and buy superoxide dismutase or I don't know, whatever else you mentioned,
Catalase.
because you could be causing more of a problem if you don't know what's above it and below it, right?
Yeah, it's all about putting everything together. And that's why I created an algorithm that can do it for me. So you've got this gene and this gene, you've got the catalase gene, and you've got the HFE, and you've got this and this. Then this is the right combination of nutrients for you and the
Hmm.
right diet for you.
So interesting. And this was even before AI. You're like
Yes,
smarter than AI.
I know. I keep thinking, man, is there a way we can put, I'm sure we can make this even better with AI
I
here.
bet good.
Yeah.
That is to be discovered.
Yes, but definitely check your report because it's the stuff that kind of creeps up on you as you age. It's like
Hmm.
a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, not a big deal for a year, for a two, for 5 years, for 10. But as we start to age, you're getting more and more breakdown of the tissues and risk for these diseases as we age. It just builds up on you.
Yeah. And I should tell people that you do offer a one-on-one session with you to read all five reports and give them the recommendations. You're not prescribing anything, but to head them off in the right direction. And if they want to work with a practitioner after that, you can certainly refer them.
Yeah, I show them which genes to pay bigger attention to and how to do more research and how it fits into the diet and lifestyle report, et cetera. It's
Yeah,
very
that's great.
educational. People seem to really love it and they really get to understand it and understand this biochemical pathway is tricky and confusing. But once you start looking at it a little deeper and looking at your report, it all comes to life and you start to understand biochemistry, which is logical. It's all very logical. That enzyme does this. If it
Hmm.
can't do that, then this is the result. So it's fun.
And I would say, since I've had one of these, at least one, that when you see your green, your yellow, and your red variants and, the alleles, and it's like, where do I start? So working with you or even any one of our, excuse me, trained practitioners helps you go, like you said, these are the most important ones to pay attention to for you now. And these are the other ones that so it was really helpful in that way to help me focus on what I needed to focus on and not be overwhelmed.
Yeah, and it's a heads up. It's some people are afraid to get the genes tested because they don't really want to know what
Yeah.
their risks are. But gosh, if you know what they are, then you can do a lot. It's really motivating
Hmm.
for to know that you have the HFE gene and you got to stay away from anything with iron in it or vitamin C in it, and maybe potentially go and look to see if you've got that CAT enzyme and maybe work with that. So it's very motivating to stay on the right side of your future.
Yeah. Yeah. Because as I call it, lottery thinking, like I'll be the one who doesn't get it, doesn't
Right.
always work out in our favor.
No, it does not.
No, it does not. All
Yeah.
right, people. We hope you liked this episode. And if you did, tell us what your concerns are about do you have a kitty cat gene or any other gene questions? And let us know how you are feeling about understanding more of this. Wow, I'm really glad I understand the breakdown now of one thing and another. And if there are any science and geeky nerds out there, put some stuff in the YouTube chat. We like to hear from you who are really into the science and can ask questions about it.
Absolutely.
Dr. J will answer all your questions.
I will do my best.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back next week with another Q&A. Dr. J, be well till then.
All right. Thanks, GC.